Greetings everyone, this is Mike Wright, the Astro Sherpa, dropping in with a special report. Whew. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Mercury Retrograde is here. So we are now dealing with Mercury retrograding, Venus retrograding, and Uranus is retrograded, but will be turning direct next week. So big energetic shift, and then the nodes will be coming into new signs. We'll see the North Node come into Taurus here, and that means the equivalent South Node will be coming into Scorpio. So we will see an energetic shift, focus on our self-worth, what we take on, what we grab, how we build power, and then how we release power, how we transform, or what we let go of. So our past focus will be Scorpio, so these are the things we'll be looking at releasing. So the North Node in Taurus is going to ask us to look at what we've innovated, what the Earth is giving us energetically that we can move forward into the future without destroying our environment. So the Moon today in Gemini is triggering our mind and how much we've changed with Saturn moving forward now, past its shadow period from its last retrograde. So Saturn is showing us, new structures and boundaries have to be built in this reality, because the old ones are completely corrupted, and the systems that are out there are outdated, infrastructures are crumbling, the people who make the decisions are literally outdated, can't even think for themselves anymore. So they are on cruise control. Cruise to what? Cruise to dissolution. So we all need to, during this retrograde period, look at, review, revisit, make changes to our own plans for ourselves, our own communities. Then we can look outwards at our state and then our nation. So once you take care of yourself, then you can move outwards. So the sun will be meeting up with Pluto, and that is, we're going to see the underworld exposed. All the lies, the gaslighting. Neptune's direct now, so with Mars squaring Neptune, our ego is starting to see through all the gaslighting that's happened over the last 2+ years, and really goes back way further than that. But it's been concentrated in this Saturn Uranus square, which we're feeling still, and we're going to feel that for most of this year, as those two still keep tension on Aquarius, our higher mind, and what we're awakening to, higher vibrations, higher frequencies. So we're seeing things from other dimensions now, outside of our universe, our galaxies. We're looking backwards in time. There's a lot going on that we don't hear about because of the way we receive information now. And over the last 20 years, we've been through an information revolution, and we've been given access to unprecedented amounts of information. And so your real power is in how you process and use that information. So the ancients sought wisdom through virtue, and we all need to find a virtual virtue now, and that is being good citizens even when we are in a virtual state. So this is going to take an adjustment of our mental thinking and what we project out into the world. So the darkness has projected the same story over and over and over, disguising it. And if you can't see and add up how many times it takes to overcome something and there's no end in sight, you've been fooled. So anyway, take care of yourself, eat well, treat yourself well, love yourself well, and then your outer world will start improving. And this is proven by science. When we focus our thoughts and our energy, which is our emotion, when we focus our thought and emotion onto something we love and wish to create, the world will respond. So the people you know will support you. The universe will support you. We're here to nurture and grow and have experiences where we can see the cycle of things. And that's increase, diminish, breathe in, breathe out, just like we started with at the beginning. So now is the time for you to really, really, really take a hard look at yourself. Even look as far as your shadow. What do I mean by that? And physically look at the shadow you cast on the ground when you're around other light. So darkness does not have the capacity to make itself visible. And this is the most important thing. Those who build themselves to a magnetic state where they project and radiate good health, wellness, well-being, that's because they've mastered their body, their emotions, and their mental state. These are the Holy Trinity. So in philosophies, we've had many prophets, people who taught us, teachers. They've written these things down for long histories, but these have been abused by those who seek to keep power for themselves. And that has been major institutions, which has controlled the average person. But now that the average person, with this higher Aquarian energy being unleashed, now has access to information that was hoarded and kept away. So this is information you need to seek for yourself, and that's by understanding who you really are. And take a look at yourself from the physical standpoint all the way up to your mental thinking capacity, and start to really review and look at how you function. There's a very complicated process, and that means you were given a perfect form when you were born, and you are the one that has messed it up. So, relearn your operating manual, and that is looking in the mirror once again and saying, I love you. And what do I need to do? Your mind will tell you everything. It has all the recipes to make yourself successful, as long as you tune into your intuition. So Venus retrograde through Capricorn is us tuning into our sense of direction, how we feel, who we really want to be with. This is bringing up past memories, past loves, past relationships. What we think, what we love, this will be the stuff we attract. So this is giving us another look at the past. Anything left unsaid, this is going to give you a chance to release that and communicate these things so that you can move forward into the new age, new world, unencompassed, unburdened with past sin, memory, karma. These are all similar words meaning past actions. So when you hear redemption, resurrection, these are terms for us overcoming past failures, even from past generations. So when you hear of the word generation, these were power structures. So each power structure has its term limits, and we've been way overdue on the previous generations holding on to power. It's time for them to release, their grip on our future, and we all have to make a collective change in our mental state and how we govern ourselves. So this is going to take that deep breathing in and deep breathing out, and lots of communication, which this Mercury retrograde is in the first part of Aquarius, goes back into Capricorn, showing our obsessions, the things that create this underworld tension. Venus is in the underworld now and will be coming out as a morning star in the February time frame, and we'll start to see the Jupiter and Neptune Pisces energy really ramp up. And what does that mean? That means spirituality is gonna take off like crazy. People are gonna awaken to the fact that there are higher energies that are making their way known, or reawakening people to their root structures, and realizing that they've been a slave to their senses, their sensual nature, being told by science that that's all you need to focus on is left brain logic, senses, arithmetic, numbers, Bitcoin. All these things are how we suffer because they are all sensual in nature. We're being asked to listen to intuition and our intellectual knowledge to make decisions now. And that's because Neptune is creating a huge fog and gaslighting like we've never been gaslit before. It's because these frequencies are very, very intense. So each planet spinning in its orbit of the sun creates a frequency, and these frequencies come at us at the Earth. And each planet, Jupiter being the biggest, has the largest frequency, power on us. So that's why they equate it with abundance. So supposedly this elevates our experiences. Saturn is the furthest planet that we can visibly see. So it was a cold, hard natured planet that meant boundaries, structures. We do have to dig a foundation. There is a sewer system, to remove waste. There's ugly things. Think of Mike Rowe and dirty jobs. That's a great Saturn equivalent. And Saturn's saying, hey, we gotta clean up your higher mind. Heaven's been made filthy and dirty. And so it's time for a new heaven. And Earth's going to be rewritten here as the North Node comes into Taurus with Uranus coming direct. We're going to see major innovations, and this can lead to conflict. So you're seeing a lot of tension on the world stage for conflict, but these are just old fears replaying themselves. And we don't have to buy that story. We can reject that with, a higher belief system that we're all moving into the future. And by May and June, eclipse season, this world will be completely different than even now. And now is completely different from the big change that happened to us literally 2 years ago on January 12th, 2020. And where the sun is right now, 24 degrees, that's 2 degrees past that great conjunction between Saturn and Pluto with the sun and Mercury there. And Jupiter was at 9 degrees Capricorn back in here. So that was our entire reality getting rocked and changed as predicted by the Mayans with the end of their calendar in 2012, late 2012. So we have left the last millennial behind, the last 1,000 years. We are in the 2000s, and 2022, starting in February 2022, with look, Mars is at 2022. We're going to see a lot of 2022 energy. And 2022 is a master architect number. This is a mental number where we really need to feel. What we feel, we will attract. This is a gateway energy where you are coming up, elevating yourself from a lower vibration to a higher vibration and seeing things from a new perspective, new dimensions. So this is big dimensional shift, big dimensional awareness. And the Sun and Pluto is going to be a huge power surge, especially with Uranus going direct. So next week on the 18th and 19th, we're going to see, this will be when the Sun comes into Aquarius on the 20th, we're going to see, and feel pretty big energy shifts. So this isn't energy where we have to all like hoard and panic and this and that, but this is looking at the hard aspects and preparing yourself, taking a look at structures, making sure that you have backups and you are prepared to weather a few storms. So Jupiter brings abundance, and probably going to bring us an abundance of stormy energy. So the spring should be pretty stormy, but when Jupiter hits Neptune, that creates crazy energy, which can lead to immense conflict in beliefs. So beliefs can be blown up to extremes. So you have to be aware of martyrs, syndromes, crazy higher, even like alien technology, alien sightings, the moon, the Chinese are on the moon drilling now, the moon's hollow, it's a radar antenna. You're going to hear all kinds of higher, weirder, eccentric things that Uranus, which is here, looks like an antenna. So that's reflecting out into the world these higher frequencies from Aquarius. So this is big energy shift, and we've never been through anything like this. So each day is literally a brand new energetic way to feel through your own self and how you respond and how you're present in your environment. So make sure that you are consciously aware of your surroundings. Time is slipping by so fast now, it's almost like sand. So, and maybe for some people it's going super slow. It's all dimensional awareness. So anyway, pay attention how you're feeling. We have a full moon on Monday in Cancer. So Monday is the moon day, and it's on the 17th. So we'll see the moon in opposition to this Sun-Pluto conjunction. So the underworld, we're going to feel deep down this shift. And so this is preparing us for the nodal shift out of Gemini, how much we've learned, our knowledge, and then old beliefs, old structures that are crumbling, old parties. You know, the people trying to tear down our structures, you know, there's a few people resisting that. And so this is what the Venus and Mercury retrograde are having us look at, is slow down and look at the immense change trying to be pushed through. Is it genuine, or is it from a destructive, false, you know, one-sided viewpoint? We all know that all of our structures have to be improved, and we need to focus our collective efforts to do so, not by dissolution and destruction into a one hive mind, one world order BS. So this is us remaining unique, powerful vibrations which can operate freely, making free choices, free will to find our own happiness without being egocentric. And to summarize, our ego, the Chiron, the wounded healer, has been getting, you know, some healing energy from this Mercury in Aquarius as it's starting to move direct. So we're still feeling, you know, a little bit tender when we're challenged with new circumstances, because we thought we were finished being challenged and we had just recovered all our wounds from the last couple years of this intense bruising energetic shift we've been through. So we have crystallized into a higher structure, and so now it's up to you to feel your way through this new you. So feel, intuition, understand yourself, the cycles of things. The moon will show you, if you follow it through the signs and do it on a consistent monthly basis, you will understand your patterns and where they come from. So that's where I'd start if you're just awareness is coming into focus on this type of stuff, and you now understand energy and yourself as an energetic presence. So major change, and so please stay grounded, and first and foremost, love yourself. You know, project love. If you find yourself getting angry, frustrated, fearful, realize that that's being pumped out by the gaslighting, you know, the gas company, which is the media, which is, you know, big structures. These are still pumping the same tune, keeping you in fear. So grab your power, understand yourself, control your mental thinking, learn to meditate and feel your thinking process. Your mind is your most powerful ally once you can grasp and get a hold of ending these loops that our mind creates. And we can do that by expelling excess energy. So realize when your body is overcharged and you're eating shitty food, junk food, you know, gorging on sugar, you know, creating these in and out patterns, you know, punishment, good, bad. These are triggers that are left brain, right brain, patterns that have kept us trapped, and you need to learn to rise above that. So learn your cycles, focus yourself and your mental attention on polarizing your thinking to a positive state of where you'd like to be. Work on your visualization, setting good tone in your daily life with those around you. Tone is what's important this year. So when we set a good tone for ourselves and we radiate outwards, people will harmonize to that and your world will feel better. So, long report. I hope everybody's well. Astro Sherpa out.